What is up? Welcome back to the SuperCoach Experience podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Savage, the coach of the Xavier Turbos. We're here for the Q&A Patreon episode. I'm joined by Timmy. What's going on, Timmy?
Whoop, whoop. Fucking, I hate when you ask me what's going on straight after, the last podcast. I don't know what to tell you. I've got nothing for you, man. We're about to wrap up. Then I stood up and you said, sit back down, we're doing the question things. That's what's going on. We're back at it, mate.
Yeah, well, we do it every
Extra
week.
goes. Yeah,
it feels like we haven't done it in a while with you. I usually like it's been Origin or something that's kind of messed us up. So we've kind of skipped it with you. But I'm glad because we got a bunch of questions on the Patreon. So Reese Conchi, shout out to Reese. He ranks pretty much in the top 1,000.
Does well all the time.
Top 500 every year. Thorns Region is
Thorns Legion.
Thorns Legion.
I like Thorns Region. It sounds like your junk. Like that's where your junk would be. You're the Thorns Region.
And it's funny because he started pretty slow like myself, and I was like, oh, he's human. But I think he's like 200th at the moment. Absolutely crazy. I'm
pretty sure he was up there the year I won too. Like he was like a competitor.
I don't know how he had Matt Duffy for his 163. Matt Duffy's only score over 120 in his
Should be asking him questions, I think.
Yeah, I know. Reese, where do you live, Reese? Join the podcast.
I thought you were waiting for him to respond then.
I love this question, by the way. Will the Xavier Turbos be backing up next year or will the Savage Turbos be back to get the job done? Yeah. I think this is a very obvious answer here.
Yeah, get rid of Burbo.
Sorry?
You got to get rid of Burbo. You got to be. What do you think?
Well, I'm the Xavier Turbos this year.
Oh, Xavier, yeah. Get rid of the Xavier part.
It's got to be the Savage Burbos it was last year.
Yeah, I just like this.
The Savage Turbos. Yeah. It needs to go back. I need to go back to
I reckon
my
you could do better still. Like when you're competing with names like Sangster's Paradise, like that is probably the greatest. That's such a good name considering his name rhymes exactly with Gangster's Paradise, which is obviously and Sangster's Paradise is podcast. Is not podcast, is SuperCoach. You know what I mean? So that is his paradise. That's why I love
and like Thorns Legion.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like a character from like a game.
What do you think the best name you've seen is in the last couple of years?
Hard off the top of my head.
Felt up like a gagai. Pain in the Haas.
Yeah, hard off the top of my head. I've seen a lot of good ones out there. I think it's got to be good enough that if you win with it, you can still stand by it or they can print it. Like, I like ones that are kind of really fucked, but they're also, you can get away with it. Not the ones that are just heaps like too crass without having the right angle. It's got to be kind of cheeky and smart too, like a bit witty.
Shout out to Matt White, the winner, a couple of years ago, 2022, I think. His name was Vacant Block, and I thought that was a really smart name because the story behind it was you could. It's a sure thing. You can put your house on it, a vacant block. So I thought that was really good. I think it's got to go back to the Savage Turbos next year, back to the roots. Make sure stop trying to be fancy.
Yeah, it's tempting though. New year, you feel like new me.
Yeah,
fresh.
Yeah. Ibrahim, if you only have one trade left and you're head-to-head player only. Finished in the top 4, would you use it to get JC this week? Means you're leaving Herbie on the NPR and selling Colo instead. I think if you're in the top 4, you get a second crack at it. I would hold out. And I'm in the position where I'm 5th in one of my leagues at the moment. And that's one of the cash leagues that I am in for the finals.
Well, he's in a good spot because it's the second last game of the round, Jaden Campbell, and the guy who wants to sell is in the same game, so Colin Matangi. Yeah, so he can leave it right up to the end. If he's ahead, stick that trade in your skyrocket and save it for a more important time. But if you're behind, he's probably the way to go to catch. You just need to be cautious to make sure you can drop someone out and you haven't played all your guys by then, being it's so late, and that the person that you end up dropping out to play isn't someone you really want. Like you'd want to, like for me, if I'm looking at that, like I'd only have Drinkwater and Lomax, and I wouldn't want to drop out either of those to play Campbell. Like I'd want to play them all. So that's something to consider.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect answer for that. I think if you're if that's the trade you're doing, then you can wait.
I've always approached head-to-head with if I'm in the top 4, I've got a second crack. If I lose this week, I'll back myself to beat whatever other losers that were a bit lower on the ladder. You know what I mean?
But also, if you're in a position to win, get the win.
But Mikey, whenever I listen to Mikey from a head-to-head point, he likes to get that win. He likes to bank it. He's very much like a top 4 NRL side who wants the week off. Because, it just gives you another chance to lose, doesn't it? Because if you lose next week, you're stuffed.
That's what I mean. If you're in a position to win and Jaden Campbell, say the opposition has Jaden Campbell and you're well ahead, you get in Jaden Campbell and that guarantees you'll win, then that's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
If you're behind and you feel like Jaden Campbell can just give you that leg up, then I like it too. But I'm
not
also
as much of it guarantees it.
I'm also kind of just let it ride out. You might win anyway. And then...
Got to have a look at the person you're going up against, how good their side is. Maybe they've got a couple where you're like, oh, geez, they're playing those guys.
Yeah, because I guess if you do the trade and win anyway, and you would have won regardless, then you don't have that trade up your sleeve for the preliminaries where you
might not even want to play Jaden Campbell the week after or something like that. Yeah, Jaden Campbell will have the Sharks the week after, so you might not want to play him next week.
Speaking of Jaden Campbell, Luke says, after tons against the Warriors and Panthers in the last 2 weeks, is Jaden Campbell a must-own for the Bunnies match?
I felt like as a non-owner that I hadn't been super scared of him over the last little bracket. I just felt like he hasn't quite looked there. But now I'm scared. Yeah, so I feel like he could. I do feel like he's got another real big one in him. And I think it's probably his best chance to do that this week against the Bunnies. But we have addressed, I was worried a little bit about the Bunnies bouncing back on that off week that they've got smashed, play a little bit better, got smashed. Yeah. Do they play a little bit better this week?
I actually think that the outside backs are more of a chance to score more points. I think we saw the Bunnies with Nicho Hynes didn't really have the room to really make an effort, but Will Kennedy scored 90 that week, the fullback, and their outside backs scored points like Ronnie Mulatalo scored points against them, scored a 90+. Nicho Hynes was kind of restricted. Last week, the Broncos put 60 on the Bunnies. Adam Reynolds scored 94. He kicked 10 goals, so he would have only scored 54 if it wasn't for the goals. Jaden Campbell's a goal kicker, so it's not a very good comparison. But from what I've been seeing of Jaden Campbell, I haven't liked how he's been getting the ball in a flat position rather than coming out the back of shape. And that's where Brimson is killing it at the moment because he's getting room to move and he's really starting to warm into it where I think Jaden Campbell, his points have been – he hasn't really created points. It's just been very circumstantial with where he's been. He's a
great opportunist, like a drop ball, jumps on it, pounces, and just goes.
Takes it. Yeah. He takes it. He's electric. He's really fast. But I just think if he was a fullback or maybe, I know Kieran Foran's running the side, but I think he's...
This sounds like he's trying to talk me out of buying Campbell this week because he likes having him as a pod.
I don't love
Campbell. Not real worried about Campbell this week against the Bunnies, even though he's just gone 2 tons last week and one of them against Panthers. Yeah, I don't think he's going to go that well. Come on, bro. I reckon he's going to go pretty good this week.
All right, what's his draw after this week? So after this week, he has the Souths and then Sharks, New Zealand, Dolphins. He's got a good draw home.
Yeah, there's a couple of really nice games in there.
I would buy him in. Yeah. Especially if you've got trades. If it's your last trade... I'd have to think about it. It just depends on your team structure.
I think he did say it was his last trade, wasn't it?
Not the person asking that question. Oh. That was another one before. Sure. He goes, is Jaden Campbell a must-have? Zim Vader, should I play Shibasaki or Meanie this week? Shibasaki versus Melbourne or Meanie versus the Broncos? I'd play Meanie.
Kicking goals.
Yep. I don't think either of them score massive. Actually, Shibasaki running up against the weak side of Melbourne, I'd probably nearly go there.
Just looking at the wiki try maps for SuperCoach Guns puts out.
Yep.
This is a couple of weeks old, this one. I don't think he put one out last week, and so I don't have the last 2 weeks in it, but I'm just looking at Melbourne conceding to left centres. Melbourne have let in 11 tries to left centres. That's not including the last 2 rounds. So if you go back, there might be some more over the last 2 rounds.
That's pretty high, right?
Oh, that's huge. They've actually let in more to left centres. The only other team that has let in more to left centres, this is as of 2 weeks ago, so no one pull me up on this funny shit, were the Cowboys and the Sharks. Everyone else leaked significantly less, to be fair. Yeah, so there's a little bit there. And then the wingers gone in for equally the same amount as well, so tip on as well. So there is the try maps do suggest that Shibasaki could find a bit of love through try assists. But Meanie does feel a bit, I don't know, just didn't like it going off my mind.
Play Shiba. We talked him out of Shiba early on, and then he kept on to him.
It's hard to say play the guy in a worse quality. I feel like go the guy in the better side that's kicking goals. I don't know.
Have the wheels fallen off with Shiba?
No, it's only 1 week.
Yeah, okay. All right, George says, who is the player you think is due for a big score looking for a captain with the most upside, including high-risk ones this week? Can afford to bring in any player, so not just limited. Need points. It's a good question because there could be maybe not this week, but I think Tom Trbojevic, I'm very convinced that he does score well for the run home. But if you're looking for this week in particular,
I think I like those last 2 matchups. I think the Sunday game, everyone thinks they know where they're at for the round, and then Sunday comes along and you got players like Jaden Campbell, Brimson, Lomax and Drinkwater that could all really have their say if you've got your captain on one of those guys, or have them and other people that you're going up against don't have them. They seem like they could go really well just with their matchups. I think I'll just lean a little bit more towards probably Lomax, or it's weird. I lead more Lomax or Drinky as a consistent safe captain in my mind over Jaden Campbell. Even though Jaden Campbell's going to get, but I'm kind of more scared of Jaden Campbell this week. So I feel like Jaden Campbell's probably got more. He said he doesn't care about risk. He said he doesn't really care about that, didn't he? In his question, I don't care about the risk. I'd go Jaden Campbell. I feel like he's could go a 170, but he could also just not go as good as some of the other captains if it doesn't happen.
I've got one who I think is the pod of the week by a mile. Sam Walker against the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins have...
I don't mind that.
Herbie Farmworth has...
He has to do a lot to get a little, though, sometimes.
Yeah, but I just think, I've loved what I've seen from him, and, coming back from the ACL injury, he shouldn't be doing as good as he is. He's kicking goals, the way he's slotting them is just perfect.
Getting him into your side would be very hard to do, though.
If you're getting it in the flex, and you've got a spot in the flex, I think if you're asking this question and you're looking for someone with most upside, you've got to have a spine position free to do so. If it's only a 5'8" slot, then sure, Jaden Campbell's your guy, maybe a Brimson. But Sam Walker, he scored 94 last week against the Manly Seagulls in the pouring wet. It seems like him and Tedesco, since he's come back into the side, Tedesco's really taken a back seat. And he's got the Dolphins this week. He's got the Bulldogs next week, and then he has Para in round 25. The Bunnies around 27. I think...
What do you reckon the biggest score he's ever had? I can't think of I'm just trying to think.
Sam Walker?
Yeah. What do you reckon?
175.
You've got that up?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was last year against the Mackies.
So I didn't think, in my mind, I couldn't picture him going like that, having that big 150, because sometimes he's had games that have just been so good, and they've only just maybe not even cracked a ton.
Bro, I feel like someone's trying to hack into my account, eh?
What account? SuperCoach? Someone's trying to steal your last trade. Is it a bank account thing, mate, or is it a SuperCoach thing? What are you doing over there? Share it with the group. It
said a Mac has been added onto your device just then.
I get weird shit like that on my smart television. I get a bit nervous about.
It's so weird because I got a notification this morning saying someone was trying to log into my bank account. That's so weird. Yeah. Anyway, Sam Walker, 175 last year versus the Dragons.
I like that. That's a real poddish one.
And the Roosters put a score on the Dolphins earlier in the year. Last question. He's goal kicking too, so I think he's a massive shout. Last question. Where are we? Fuck, I missed out of it. I left the Patreon chat. Oh, it's a Blake 89 question too, and I love these questions. All right. Blake 89. Sorry. Talk? Do you want to talk? Okay, I got it. All right, Blake 89. If you could live anywhere in the world, be married to anyone in the world, and who would they be and why?
Oh, if I could live anywhere in the world. I haven't really thought about that. It probably should be a thing that I should think of. It'd probably be in Australia. It'd probably be in Manly.
Mine would be Cronulla.
Yeah, I reckon I'd probably live in Manly. I don't think they'd like me around there too much. You're like, where's that accent from? Get it out of me. Yeah, no, it seems nice there from the pictures I've seen. I've been there. I've been there a couple of times. Probably Manly. I don't know if I can marry anyone. I don't know who that'd be. I'd probably say someone like Margot Robbie, who seems quite nice. What was the third part of it?
Sorry?
What was the third part of the question?
Who would you be married to?
Yeah, Margot Robbie. There was a third part, wasn't there?
Where would you live? Who would you be married to?
That's 2 parts.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
I would live in Cronulla and I'd be married to, I don't know.
Buzz Rothfield.
I'd be married to Tom Trbojevic. No, I wouldn't do that. That'd be weird.
That'd be fine. You'd be set.
All right. Thank you for tuning in for the Q&A podcast. We'll catch you next week.